Hi, Rahma here. Today we are going to redesign Jeff the Killer. This video is in no means of making fun of the original writers of Jeff the Killer. This is purely to redesign Jeff according to the story. I will try not to drift away too far from the original story. So a few days back, my boyfriend and I were watching Incognito Modes or Internet Historians video of Jeff the Killer. Real funny stuff, go watch it. And I, as a former Creepypasta enthusiast, was very curious, but also very revolted and ashamed. I first acknowledged Creepypastas when I was a 5th grader. Let's just say it's traumatic. I only know Creepypastas from my friends and fanfiction. I never read the original stories. So when I watched that video, I wondered, is this really how the story goes? So I scoured the internet, and yes, it is the original story, quote unquote. But also it's not the original story. So the most known story is about this dude named Jeff, right? He has 2 weird parents and a brother named Liu. Both him and his brother got bullied, resulting Jeff almost killing them. Also, Jeff has this weird sense that, killing kind of thrives him, you know? So then the police arrived, and then Leo got arrested instead because he was standing up for his brother. Jeff got the press, but then turns out Leo was found not guilty after a year, right? But in the meantime, Jeff and his family went to a neighbor kid's birthday party, when suddenly, bam, the bullies are back, and they have guns! Not kidding. So the bullies attacked Jeff, pouring vodka and bleach down his body, yada yada, lighting him on fire. And he's still alive, but his face got morphed into what you usually see when you look up Jeff the Killer. And then he killed his parents and little brother in the end. Great story, right? Anyways, that's not the actual real story. The original story was by a guy named Suser on YouTube, in the form of a video. There's quite a difference because in the original, he, and I quote, was howling a gallon of acid into his bathroom to clean out his bathtub, but slipped on a bar of soap and the acid splashed on all over his face, and he was taken to the hospital. And he didn't kill his parents nor his brother, so that's good to know. So with all that said, I would like to give you my review on this story. When I heard people saying the original was bad, I didn't think it was this bad. This is every character designer's and writer's nightmare. And not because it was scary, but because of how bad it is. I mean, some points of the story has a bit of kind of accuracy or consistency to it. I don't know, when Jeff said he looked good in his new look and carved a smile on his face after being depressed and seemingly neglected by his parents, I kind of understand where his quote-unquote psychopathy, is that the right word, emerged from. But that's it. I'm not sure at what age the writer was when they wrote this. If they were 14, I would get it. I was an edgy kid too, so I understand. I wonder where the writers are right now. I hope they're doing well. Anyways, enough lore. Let's hop onto the redesign. So I decided to do 4 versions of this Mr. Jeff the Killer. Starting from the far left, we have the OG story redraw, basically redrawing from the description of the original story. I will be making 2 versions of those. And then the third being the OG original story redraw. And lastly is what I think Jeff would look like before, everything happened. Okay, starting off with the original, I've already had plans on these 2 redesigns specifically. This first one is basically changing the hair and skin. Since he was doused in bleach as well, I thought it would make sense that his hair would be damaged and turn kind of blondish, and then the burn marks would be more prominent than, having pure white skin like some Korean idol. I kept his smile scar thing because that's a distinct feature of his, and to strip it away from him feels kind of weird. Anyways, the story also mentioned that the white hoodie that Jeff wore to the party the exact same one that got burned in fire alongside him, was given back to him to wear after he was released from the hospital. It was also said that, quote unquote, washed and stitched back together by his parents. Like, are you so poor that's the only thing you wear? Also, wouldn't that kind of, I don't know, trigger him? Like, for God's sake, he was burned in flames in that hoodie. Wouldn't he be like, I don't know, traumatized? I don't know. I'm not the writer, so I won't alter the story too much. I'm only here to redesign according to the story. So yeah, there's the finished product. There he is. Next up, we have my second version of the redesign. And this one, I kind of went a bit more kind of quote-unquote realistic. I made him bald due to the hair being all burnt off by the fire. His head is a bit morphed because of the bully smashing stuff to him. He's also partially blind due to the bleach getting to his eye, The burn marks remain, but I made his skin a little redder, like it's irritated. I didn't record the coloring, by the way, so you'll have to see the result at the end of the video. So I also didn't give him the white jacket because I don't know, why not? Kind of boring, Okay, this might be my favorite design, kind of story-wise, because I don't know, it's a lot more realistic, I guess. I mean, like, the way I draw him isn't scary to me. It's not scary enough, but I like this design the most because I actually thought of a different ending to the story, like an alternate ending, because of this design. So, since he's partially blind, he gets the thrill of murdering people from their sound, like some kind of audiovisual guy. I feel like if that's the case, it would be like a real true crime case, right? Like, that one actually sounds realistic and actually a lot more scary. Okay, so for the original story, I had no idea how to design this one. Since the only description I got from the original story was that he was doused in acid and didn't kill his family. So yeah, I don't know where to start. I ended up making his whole face burnt from acid. I also didn't give him that signature smile because, well, the original said it was different from what we know now, so I didn't give him any of those features. But when I was making this, I didn't exactly know whether or not the original picture, quote unquote, of Jeff the Killer was implemented in that video that Susur made. If it did and it had that, the signature smile, then I apologize because I didn't know. I didn't watch the original video, and yeah, so I didn't know whether or not the signature smile was there. If I have to say, I don't know. So oh, look at that, me making a meme out of that picture. Haha, very funny. I also gave him shorts because he seemed like a chill kid. I was going to make him bald too, but I scrapped that. But I ended up really liking this one. The burnt looking head with the eyes just makes it really pop and scary. So lastly, here's what I think he'd look like before he went insane. Good boy looking. Also, his hair looked like a certain toxic game developer, but we do not talk about that in this channel. I gave him that white hoodie and jeans, and at this point, I was tired of drawing the same shoe over and over again, but I won't complain. He looks like the quiet shy kid who plays Minecraft and Roblox, but this is Fortnite because it's a meme. Anyways, that's it. I'm pretty happy with these designs. I know it looks messy, but it's a redesign after all. You don't need to go all out with it. Let me know what you think of these and which one is your favorite. Again, these redesigns does not mean to make fun of the original. I actually really respect them. They made a story that got widely popular through the internet, and that's not something a lot of people can do. Sure, it's very rough, but in the end, they actually made something out of their two hands, and it succeeded. It made a big fan base, and etc. So yeah, I'll leave it at that. Thank you for watching. Bye!